Hi, I'm Kathleen and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting this impressionistic floral painting and I'm going to be using 5 tools. I've got this nitrile glove, which it is the kind of glove that doctors and anybody in medical care uses and also hairdressers use. I ordered these on Amazon in bulk. You can also get them at pharmacies. I have this Princeton brand Catalyst silicone wedge, and this is one of my favorite tools. It's got this thin side which is very flexible, and it's got this thick side which is not. I consider the thick side to be the handle. Doesn't matter which hand I use. I could be a lefty or a righty and I would still use it the same way. So it's a wonderful tool for anybody. But as you can see, it's got a very nice, comes to a very nice edge here. So you can use this to apply paint. You can use it to scrape off paint. You can get it lots of great shapes with it. Another favorite of mine is this number 10 filbert brush. And the filbert brush that refers to the shape, which is kind of a nice oblong. And the bristles are soft, nylon, I believe. This is wonderful for applying paint, but it's also really great for blending out the edges of your paint if you want a very soft effect. I have this brush, which is a number 1 round brush. This one's kind of beat up because I use these all the time. So this one is, this is great for doing details and mark making. It's wonderful for making little squiggles, so in tiny shapes. So that's another one. And then lastly, this tool is a foam brush. This is great for so many things. These are not expensive. It's just foam. And you get these at the hardware store or at a craft store. These are wonderful for applying and blending out large areas of paint. First up, I'm using my gloved hand to spread the acrylic paint around on the canvas and push it into the texture of the canvas. I have added a little bit of matte medium just to give it a nice buttery texture, extend it a bit, and make it easier to spread. After the first layer of paint dries, I use a sponge brush to apply titanium white paint and blend it into the background, giving it a very soft, ethereal effect. Moving on to my greenery, I'm using my Catalyst silicone wedge to apply the paint to the canvas. And while that paint is still wet, I use my number 10 filbert brush. And as you can see here, I am blending the paint to soften the edges. And on my brush, I'm not using water at all. I'm using glazing liquid. And that will create a very transparent, soft effect, which is a signature of my greenery and a look I very much like. So for all of my greenery, I just alternate back and forth between applying the paint with the silicone wedge and then blending it with my paintbrush. So I squeeze a little bit of the glazing liquid out onto my palette. Sometimes I mix a little bit of my color with it, and sometimes I just use it just as it is and apply it to the edges of my paint on my canvas in order to blend out those edges and give my painting a really soft look. Now as I begin to apply my floral colors, I use the same silicone wedge to apply the paint on top of the layer of greenery. The wedge is not really an easy tool to master. I've been using it for several years, so for me it comes easily. I've never really seen anybody use it the way I use it. A lot of times I've seen artists use it to get a lot more abstract look, I suppose you could say, and I use it to create, of course, my blossoms and my greenery. And I'm just using the very corner of it. It's something that takes a bit of practice. I do teach how to use it in a lot of my courses, my online courses. So if that's something you're interested in, head over to my website and check out my courses. You may notice that as I paint, a lot of times I like to lay down some of my darker values first and then go over them with a lighter value, and this adds depth to my blossoms and to my greenery. Here I'm using a method called glazing, and what I've done is I've mixed some of that glazing liquid with my paint, and I'm applying it very transparently over my painting. And now I'm continuing to bring in some other purple shades. I just absolutely love these colors. Now I'm ready to switch over to my #1 round brush. This is great for getting a lot of detailed work and these pretty little squiggly lines that I like to create in my paintings that help the painting feel very impressionistic and give the illusion of petals. Notice how I am holding the brush more than halfway down the handle. This allows me to keep a very loose grip on the brush so that my lines are a little bit more irregular and a little less predictable. I really like this because it adds such variety and looseness to my painting. I tend to work very quickly on these paintings because I like to keep them feeling very fresh and spontaneous. You may also notice that I don't stay in one area of the painting for too long, but I like to work around the entire painting so that it comes together very cohesively. I find that if I get too caught up in one area and too detailed in one area and start neglecting the other areas, it has a tendency to feel more controlled and maybe not so loose. So this is a method that I have decided is just best for my painting practice. If you've enjoyed this demo, I would love to know about it. Please leave me a comment and let me know if you would like to see more demos like this. So I sure do love creating them. Also, if you feel inclined, you can hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more of my content. You can also go and check out this painting and others on my website. You'll also find my online courses there. And here is a picture of the completed painting. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching.